additional doses of AstraZeneca.
She says people 40 and older can book appointments at pharmacies offering the shots, and there are also going to be clinics set up in high-risk communities. It's up to you to find a pharmacy with available doses and book an appointment. No one will be calling you. Linda Kawalinko says she walked right into a pharmacy in North Burnaby just after the news broke.
She said that I could get the vaccine right on the spot, so I sat down and did that.
Mira Baines, CBC News, Vancouver.
Former BC Premier Christy Clark is scheduled to testify today at BC's inquiry into money laundering. It's expected she will be asked what she knew about it and what her government did to try to stop it. Clark was premier from 2011 to 2017 when dirty money flowed through BC casinos. Some observers say they don't expect her testimony today will provide a lot of new insight into the problem.
AKA
a condo development under construction has been destroyed by a huge fire in Langley. The CBC's Yvette Brand reports.
The fire started in a development that's been under construction in Langley for some time.
20th,
the entire site was engulfed in flames, which at the height of the blaze were shooting up dozens of meters into the night sky. As a precaution, people living in some nearby structures were ordered to leave their homes as the fire spread. Police say they were called to the site at 208th Street and 80th Avenue about 9:30 last night as smoke billowed over the city. Neighbors reported hearing a series of loud bangs before the building collapsed on itself. The heat and the smoke were intense, according to firefighters and witnesses. There's still no word on the cause of the fire. Yvette Brent, CBC News, Vancouver.
One man is dead after the latest suspected targeted shooting in Metro Vancouver. Just before 6:30 last night, a man was gunned down at a skate park off Pine Tree Way. The Integrated Homicide Investigation Team is now leading that case. It would like to speak to anyone who witnessed the incident. A BC judge has rejected a lawsuit filed by a man who believes the earth is flat and who denies the reality of the COVID-19 pandemic. As Bethany Lindsay reports, the man accused the province of trespass when he was arrested for breaking quarantine laws.
Mac Parhar was arrested in November. He just returned from a Flat Earth conference in the U.S., but he refused to self-isolate for 14 days, bragging in public about breaking quarantine laws. He was jailed for 4 days, then filed a lawsuit against provincial officials. Parhar claimed the law didn't apply to him. He said the government had kidnapped him and committed terrorism. That lawsuit was tossed out of court last week. A BC Supreme Court judge said the claim was full of pseudo-legal jargon. The judge described it as frivolous and vexatious, embarrassing or scandalous, and patently absurd and nonsensical. He said it was clear Parhar believes he isn't subject to Canadian law, but laws don't work on an opt-in basis. Parhar was ordered to pay $750 in legal costs. He goes to trial this summer on multiple charges of breaking the Quarantine Act.
The song's going to be called Parhar
CBC News,
Jailed Against His Will.
It is
using EA and B.
6:35, and that's the CBC News.
Thank you very much, Drew.
Parhar,
Yes,
you've been
once
jailed
again,
against his will.
Another gorgeous day ahead of us.
Yes, it was a bitter pill.
Made a habit of going out for a walk every single day.
He's just come from a Flat Earth conference saying the world is flat. And he said when he like that,
It smells like summer.
he felt that he rose in the flood. The quarantine, by and by, the world is flat. You got no jurisdiction on you. COVID-19 exists, well, so let it be. I don't have to play the game. I can do what I want. I can do what I can. Eating some of those at the COVID quarantine rod and bragged about how he was exempt. Didn't believe the world was round. Thought the world was flat. Went to a flat world conference in the USA and imagined that I came back and was in Canada. In quarantine, so quarantine at all. Goodness knows that COVID-19. These rules can't apply to you. Well, the government of Canada got wind of that. Saw that we didn't quarantine or take a bath. Well, now
look at what led us to this point, and hopefully a decision, as I mentioned, in the next little bit. And, you know, we've talked a lot on this show with Marketplace and also Go Public, as you know, Michelle, about telephone scams, right? Those calls that come, you've committed a crime, pay up, or if you don't pay up, you're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
It's certainly not just here in Canada. In Hong Kong, they've seen an increase in these kinds of calls. And these thieves caught the person that they targeted, 90 years old, and she lost